Hola, buenos noches, and good evening. This is your weekly news report, and I'm your host, Pedro. Monday marks 1 month since the deadline for the Justice Department to release all its files related to Jeffrey Epstein, but only a fraction of the records have been made public. The delays have frustrated Epstein's victims and brought warnings of repercussions from the co-authors of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Attorney General Pam Bondi is making illegal redactions and withholding key documents that would implicate associates of Epstein. The Justice Department declined to comment on them, but instead pointed to a recent court filing. In a separate court filing on Thursday, the Justice Department said it had made substantial progress and remains focused on releasing materials under the Act promptly while protecting victim privacy. Victims have complained that the Justice Department is protecting the wrong people. In a letter to the Justice Department's Inspector General last week, a group of Epstein survivors and relatives of victims complained that the redactions to date had been selective. Epstein died by suicide in his jail cell while he was awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges in 2019. Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison term for conspiring to sex traffic minors. Now here's Rafa with our next top story.
A former school police officer was found not guilty of abandoning or endangering elementary school students during the 2022 mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, in which 19 kids and 2 teachers were killed. The jury's unanimous verdict came after 7 hours of deliberations, capping the 2-week trial that focused on whether Adrian Gonzalez failed in his duty to act as a police officer and abandoned or endangered children during the massacre. Gonzalez pleaded not guilty to 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment, 19 for the children who died, and 10 for those who survived. Prosecutors had argued the facts in the case were damning. They alleged that Gonzalez waited for 3 minutes outside Robb Elementary School before he set foot on campus, and that the gunman fired 117 rounds before Gonzalez launched his own attempt to neutralize the attacker. Gonzalez's prosecution was not an attempt at justice, the defense attorney said, but was born out of pain and frustration that the gunman, who was eventually killed, could not be tried for his horrific crimes. Now we send it back to Pedro for our next top story.
Thousands of people rallied in sub-zero temperatures in a march against the federal government's immigration crackdown taking place in the city. Organizers gave hand warmers to demonstrators as they shouted "ICE out," waved American flags, and carried signs calling for the arrest of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer who fatally shot Renee Nicole Good on Jan. 7. Temperatures in Minneapolis were and will remain below 0 degrees Fahrenheit on Friday, with a high of -9, a low of -17, and wind chill values as low as -35, according to the National Weather Service. Some businesses across the Twin Cities were closed on Friday, and some business owners previously said they would be attending the rally. As the sun set in the Twin Cities, the demonstration moved as planned to a rally at the Target Center Arena, where thousands again gathered. Banners that read, "Stop kidnapping our neighbors," and "No more masked militia" were hung throughout the city-owned stadium. The Trump administration has sent more than 3,000 federal immigration personnel to Minneapolis since December in what the administration has dubbed Operation Metro Surge. Over the past 6 weeks, officers have apprehended more than 3,000 undocumented immigrants, according to the Department of Homeland Security. Now here's Ariana with a look at this week's forecast.
Hello everyone, I'm your chief meteorologist, Ariana. We were at KJM Productions have an exciting announcement to make. We are always working hard to improve our newscasts and how we present news and weather information to you. So, in the coming weeks, we're excited to announce that we will be bringing you a new and improved weathercast with brand new and improved weather maps. Our new maps will be ready to go by next week's weekly news report newscast. So, for this week, we will be bringing you a shortened version of your forecast for the week ahead. A large, expansive Arctic surface, high pressure, dominates much of the country, especially from the Colorado Rockies and eastward. Much of the Midwest and eastern United States will continue to see dangerously cold sub-zero temperatures into the early part of the week. Temperatures will increase slightly mid-late week, but still below normal than average temperatures are expected with many cities, barely reaching above 10 degrees for the high. Across the western U.S., an area of high pressure will dominate for the majority of the week, especially around the southwestern deserts region and Southern California. It will remain mostly dry for the coming week in the western part of the country. This pattern is also forecast for the southwestern deserts region with forecast models. Very pleasant temperatures for the entire week. Now, here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the Phoenix, Arizona area. We'll see very pleasant temperatures throughout the week with highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. A very slight chance of rain is possible on Wednesday, as a quick low-pressure system will work its way through the region. Now, we send it back to Pedro.
That will do it for this week's weekly news report. As always, thank you for watching and have a great week. Como siempre, gracias por ver el video y que tengáis una buena semana.